Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I just realized when you were doing the thing, we have done 168 of these Sunday live shows,
That's a
and
lot.
that's including how many we've missed because we're out of town, or on vacation, or Deb and Mel are here.
Oh, now you're gonna throw Devin Mel under the bus
We totally have.
just like that? You're in trouble. You're in trouble. All right. Anyway, guys, hello. Welcome to the show. This is Sunday Live Hall, as Vikki said, the 168th edition.
Just random 168th episode. Yeah.
Indeed. So, welcome to the show. Good to see all of you. And as I just said, this is Vikki. I'm Katy. This is Vikki, aka Victoria when she wants to be taken seriously, aka going with the bold eyeshadow today, aka my fiance, and,
AKA look at them roots.
look at them roots. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Good to see you here. I do have, some of you will notice, I got done redoing my office and got a whole new background going on. Got some new bookshelves over here to put my my movie collection in, and some knickknacks and doodads. Trying to build up the movie collection again. Used to have a really big one. Got my movie Christmas tree up. My green lights that I had last year didn't work this year. They lasted me 2 years, 2 Christmases. So I decided to go orange this time, and I've got some movie ornaments on it. But yeah, that's what's going on here. And
yes, Teresa, your headshot is gone, just like my child's.
Yeah.
So
I destroyed it. I destroyed it.
You rate right about up there with my kid. So
Yep.
That there are no more headshots of friends on the wall back there. You can blame Katy. It's been time.
Yep. Sorry. I don't love you anymore, Teresa. It's over. Anyway, yeah. How's the week been? What have you been up to?
I'm exhausted this week, dude. Guys, I don't
She wanted
even
to take a
know.
nap before the show, and
But it was like an hour ago. I was like, it's not going to work. I am so tired, and I don't know exactly why I'm so tired. It's not the puppy, guys, because she's really good. She sleeps really well.
We have been staying up late the last few nights.
Yeah.
Like after midnight, which for us is crazy late. Okay. This one over here likes to fall asleep at about 10:01. So last night I don't think we got to bed until like 1 in the morning. So because we went out, we saw House of Gucci, which was okay.
I highly recommend it if you like Lady Gaga as an actress, which I really do. She was excellent. I think had the movie been a bunch of no-name actors and actresses, it would have been about an hour too long and should have been like a Lifetime made-for-TV movie. That's my Vikki review on the movie. But I think the actors that were in it were fantastic.
The actors were great. The performances were great.
They made the movie.
I think the problem was the script. In my opinion, I think there were a lot of issues, but because it is based on a true story. It's interesting, and of course, there's some great actors in it, so it is fun to watch. But it was like almost 3 hours long, you guys.
It was 2 hours and like 48 minutes or something like that, or 2 hours and 38 minutes. That's pretty long for a movie in a theater.
Well, you know what? I don't think it's that big of a deal because nowadays we have like Netflix and all these streaming services, and I think people are much more accustomed now to sitting down and like binging.
Yeah, but I'm not in my own pants. I'm not binging. I'm not in pants.
But the theaters now have the freaking like recliners, so it's not that bad. So my whole thing is I think people are more accustomed to sitting and watching a story unfold over a long period of time. But if you've got 3 hours to tell a story, why are there so much development that's lacking, story arcs? I just felt like there were a lot of issues. But with that said, it is a really interesting movie to watch. Anyway, so we did that and went out and stuff. So then we came home and had to play with the puppy because you can't just come home and be like, all right, now you're going back to sleep. So
look at Calis World in there. Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
I can hear her. I heard that in her voice with the way she typed it.
Yep. Kelly says, I love the ET section behind you. Yeah, I mean, I had to pretty much make a whole ET section because I have so much ET stuff now. Although there is randomly there are random other ETs out and about, but that's like the main section. So I'm pretty happy with it, though. I needed to kind of rearrange. I have a lot of stuff, and I just needed to better organize it. So it looks better, and I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks awesome. I like it. I'm pretty happy with it.
It was really we hadn't been to a movie in a while. We used to go probably maybe once a month just because we actually like the movies and we like movie popcorn and stuff. We went to a couple movies with Dana.
Yeah, and I think that's
more recently. But
pretty much the only we saw.
The only ones we've seen in like
Tales,
2 years. So we you know, we like the movies. Our movie theaters have, you know, booze and recliners, so we do like those. I don't really drink booze because that would put me right to sleep watching a movie, but you could if you wanted to. And the fact that we went to a 6 o'clock movie because we're old people, we went to like a 6:10 movie, and we were one of 7 people in the entire theater was not a bad deal. We kind of had the place to ourselves. So
indeed. Anyway, Teresa says ET equals exit. Teresa, I don't know, Teresa, have you even seen the movie ET? Because something tells me you probably haven't, considering you never saw the movie Ghostbusters.
It's just weird.
Could be because you disgust me. Okay. So
Cheryl, you found the Gold Fleck MCM candles. I've been looking for those for my candle holders in my 70s bathroom. They're mid-century, not mid-century modern, but mid-century candles. They're 70s. I've been looking for those forever, but they sell too much. I would even for too much for me to buy them from anyone. So I need to buy replicas for my 70s themed bathroom, our 70s themed bathroom. I say but because she really doesn't give a crap about the decor. That's really the reality.
Well, let's
elsewhere other than this.
No. Let me just be a little bit more specific about that. It's not that I don't give a crap about the decor. It's that I know that she has very specific feelings about the way rooms should be decorated. And I am a firm believer that if you don't have equally passionate feelings about something, then it just makes sense to step back and let her take over. So it's like, I've got my space, and someday we'll have our dream home where we'll have a casita, and the casita will be my office, and I can do the whole thing the way I want to do it. But I think that she has good taste in decorating. And so she'll ask me sometimes, like, if I want this or that, and I'll give her my opinion. But for the most part, I'm like, I feel like she gets veto power on all the decorating in the house because it matters more to her. And I like the way she does it. So if that makes sense.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's not like I'm like,
it's like why I acquiesce for dinner choices most of the time. Because unless it's pizza, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Because I don't care for pizza that much. I know I'm weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the other thing we did this week, so every year we do a Christmas card, and we usually try to do something silly or funny. I think this is like our
fifth.
Is it our
fifth year? We've been together 5 Christmases, and we have had
did
5.
Did we do one the first year?
We did.
I don't remember what it was.
It was the one at Lorna's house.
Oh yes, that was it. Okay, so I was trying to think what they all were.
So if you know us, we do 5 Christmas cards, and here's the thing that I do, and this year it's just we're too busy. So I actually send out physical Christmas cards. I handwrite them. I don't use a spreadsheet with addresses, even though I know that would be much easier. But I handwrite everything. And I send out about 150 cards, and I've been doing that since I was 17 years old, and I've only missed 2 years. This is my 2nd year that I'm missing.
So it's not because we're too busy.
I'm too busy to do it. It takes a lot of time.
But hold on a second. It's not so much that we're too busy because we could have made it happen. It's just that when she was like, hey, we got to get our picture, we got to get our card done so we have time to send it out. I reminded her that last year, there's a lot of time and expense that goes into sending out Christmas cards.
Because mail's flipping expensive now, guys.
And last year, a crazy number of people that we sent cards to never got their cards. And so I was just like, let's just skip it this year because we can still do the card to put online. But it just seemed like a lot of work to just be really bummed out when our friends don't get their cards. So that, to me, that was a large reason too. And because of all the work that it takes, she was very happy to go along with what I said. So,
Linda Dean said she found her Boss T-shirt in the laundry room in a Goodwill bag.
Ooh.
Okay. I'm glad that you found it. It was from, I think she was the one that was missing the shirt from the remix.
So yes. So we usually take turns coming up with ideas for our Christmas cards. And
I've come up with 3
I think you've come up with some very good ideas.
3 out of the 5 were mine.
And so this year it was Vicki's turn to come up with the idea. Last year was the year we did our COVID edition where it was just us alone standing in front of the tree holding toilet paper and wipes, I think, or something like that.
Holding toilet paper and Lysol wipes and crying.
So this year you came up with an idea, and we waited till Dana came over to take pictures she comes over and does her pictures using our photo setup, and we had her take pictures, and then I did a little quick photo shop. And so I don't know, guys, do you want to see, some of you are friends of ours on Facebook, so you've already seen
or
them.
Follow me on Instagram. I did put that on Instagram.
So did you show both of them? Mm-mm. So let's go ahead. We did 2 versions because we had differing opinions over which picture was better. And it actually ended up turning out great because we got 2 different messages going out. in 2 different pictures, and they both turned out pretty funny. So let's go ahead and I'll show you. Let's see. Here's the Merry Christmas one. We'll do the little overlay here. There you go. There you go.
So bad.
Now
it's so bad it's not good.
I was totally going to edit, so I'm going to throw Dana under the bus. There's like a cord from the light right here in front of the picture, and I was totally going to like do some work to like edit that out, and then I basically was like, who cares? So I was totally lazy with this, but like totally Merry Christmas. But
I will tell you, I used to have enormous hair in the 80s, and I just don't have the Aquanet extra super cold anymore. And I don't have 4 inches of bangs in order to make them stand up that high because they fall over. My hair's too long on the top. It doesn't stay up. I teased the heck out of them. But
so this one was actually the picture I liked the best. And then I think, this was one I liked the best. And then the other picture, but I think they're both great. And then this is the other one. This was Vicki's choice for favorite, but I love the roller skates. They're pretty funny.
The roller skates were Dana's idea.
Yeah, they're pretty funny.
With my leg
just
warmers.
Random, like just put some roller skates on. You're gonna be sitting on the floor, but wearing your roller skates. So pretty funny. I enjoy it. I mean, come on, look how cool I look. What's funny is I put so much crap in my hair and it was so gross, and then it really just looks like my hair normally, so it really didn't make any difference. Anyway,
you didn't have a lot to work with, dear. You have short hair.
I do have short hair, but I think I'm channeling my.
I got some mall bangs going on.
I think I'm channeling my inner what's his name?
Adamant.
No, not Adamant. I was thinking White Wedding, Billy Joel with my sneer.
Billy Joel.
Not Billy Joel. Billy Idol. Sorry, Billy Idol. With my sneer.
Billy Joel.
Rude. Whatever.
Italian scenes in a restaurant,
Piano Man,
scenes in an Italian restaurant.
Pretty much.
Just like.
Totally. Anyway, that was what we did.
Will's like, I got here. What is going on here?
We were just showing off our Christmas cards, our digital Christmas cards, which I saw. I think it was Michelle said something up here that we should do NFT Christmas cards so it's collectible. But then don't we only have to can't we only do like one of them, like one of each?
I don't even know what NFT means.
Oh, it's like right up there with like selling on TikTok. It's things that we don't want to have to understand. It's basically digital art, but they're somehow able to make it so it's like a one of a kind as opposed to just a digital thing you can make copies of, and so then you can buy that. So the value can go up, and it can be like
we don't even make money
tens
on the
of thousands of dollars.
We don't even make money on the T-shirts that we do sell, for crying out loud. We're terrible merchandisers.
Yeah, there's nobody wants our NFTs. So
listen, Callie, you need to educate us because clearly Ryan and Allie are far better at merchandising because I bought their stuff. I've got bags. I have hats.
No. Here's the thing.
I don't even buy branded stuff from other people.
I understand how to merchandise.
I just love Ryan.
The thing is, I don't care enough to put the time into it because you know how much time.
Yelling in my fucking ear, for crying out loud. Jeez,
you got real angry there
because you're yelling and talking.
My apology. Me. I can't control the volume of my own voice.
Apparently.
Anyway, Billy Idol Joel, sing us the song, Mr. Rebel Yell.
That's good, Kim.
Anyway, all right. So should we just go ahead and get into our show? What do you think?
Yeah, NFT. No effing thanks. Exactly. It's
a lot of work. Anything social media is a lot of work, and anything. What's going to happen when all the kids are selling on the TikTok, and we're just. I guess that's when we like get our RV and start traveling and quit selling or something. I don't know.
Pretty much.
Can't do it. It's hard. All right, so let's get into our show. This is our Sunday Live haul. We break it up into 3 parts. The first part is our real numbers for the week, which again, maybe you're so tired because you shipped out 5,000 things this week. That could be part of it because you sold $1 bazillion worth of stuff. We look at our real numbers and some of our costs. Second part of the show, we look at our sales highlights and some of the cool stuff we sold over the last week. And you've got lots of Christmas stuff to show. And then the last part is our haul, which guys, mine's kind of boring. I've just got some stuff left over from my last Yesterday's Fits thing, but Vikki has been staying true to her commitment to seek out more hard goods, and you kind of went crazy this week and got a lot of stuff.
I did get a lot of stuff, but I have a second person that's going to start taking photos for me this week. So
who?
I don't know if he wants to be named.
Oh, you think it's like a top secret thing?
I don't know. He asked me for the job. I do have to return an email from one of our followers, one of our viewers that sent an email that they happen to live here in town and asked if I was looking for somebody that I did just literally just filled the position a couple of days ago. So I have to return that email that I just got last night.
But you never know.
If you're watching,
if you magically are able to figure out a warehouse this year, you might be in a position where you are going to be looking for more people.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into our show. And we'll
15 minutes into the intro.
We had a lot of stuff we had to spend a lot of time looking at those pictures. Those were pretty good. Should we go back to them, look at them again?
No.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and look at our haul look at our numbers. And it's weird because our numbers combined have pretty much stayed the same within about $75 the last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And mine especially has pretty much stayed the same the last 3 weeks. I feel like I just kind of hit a plateau and like, this is what my fourth quarter numbers are going to be like, which it's okay. It's fine. But you've really been kicking ass. So, let's go ahead.
My sales are where they should be for, and where they were for most of last year and the early part of this year. It just took until November for my sales to get back to normal. But I've seen a Q4 bump because of that, but it's not a bump based on Q4 numbers from last year or earlier from this year. So,
but
I'm not complaining. They're good.
Mine are way better than they were last Q4. So I'm just going to be like, fine, it's good enough. Anyway, so this is the week ending yesterday. So I had 17 eBay orders. I had those couple of weeks where eBay was doing me good. And then these last 2 weeks, it's kind of meh. It's just kind of skating along.
So Naomi put in the comments there, I just wanted to correct one thing. She said, you're averaging 90% profit. That's actually not true. When we show you our numbers, you'll see what we mean. We're talking about cost of goods, $693 into $78.53. When we give those numbers, that's just the cost of goods. So that does not include, fees and shipping costs. Okay. Platform fees and shipping costs. We both do somewhere between 60 and 65% ROI, not 90%.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to correct that in case anyone sees those numbers incorrectly. That's why we go over the numbers and do breakdown of shipping and platform fees as well.
It's about as far as we go with clickbait. So we're just doing this number into this number. So we're not taking into account all these costs, plus the fact that our cost of goods is only the stuff that we actually sold this week. So for instance, Vikki bought an entire carload of stuff at the bins. She got another carload of stuff at a couple of estate sales.
I spent about $600 sourcing this week.
Right. Yeah. So those costs we're not putting into this. So like we've said a few times before, you really don't know when somebody shows their numbers. For all you know, we spent every last dime and went horribly into debt buying lots of crazy shit this week. So you never know what the reality is of the financial situation. Okay, so 18 items sold between Etsy and Thrilling. 6 of those on Thrilling. Thrilling, I had a pretty good week. Nothing on Instagram. 5 between Grailed and Mercari. Only 1 of those was Mercari, but man, Mercari's been pretty good to me this month compared to how it normally is. So for a total number of outgoing orders of 40. Again, my eBay has dropped down these last couple of weeks. It's a little better than last week, but $1,499.11. Etsy and Thrilling combined $1,136.25. 439 of that is Thrilling, which is probably my best week I've had on Thrilling. So that's pretty nice considering I don't really have to do a whole lot, and they provide the labels and everything. Instagram, again, nothing. And then Grilled Mercari together, 472. I think 126 of that was Mercari. So my total gross sales, $3,107.36. And so again, I'm happy to be over 3,000. These are not crazy Q4 numbers like I used to know, but that's all right. Shipping $198.08. You can see the breakdown of fees there, and then my cost of goods $435. So my net total sales $2,137.34. My gross average sale price $77.68, which is great. I try to do 70 or above, and then my net average sale price $53.43. So I will say that I'm satisfied with my sales this week. Could always be better, but I am satisfied. And let's look
Naomi asked, have you figured out profits for the year? Well, we do this every week. So no, not for the year. And we don't get into, exact profits because everyone has different overhead and expenses. And frankly, it's nobody's business what our exact profits are. We go into much farther into detail and numbers than most other influencers or YouTubers for a reason, because we do believe in full transparency.
Usually,
but we do know what do I know what I've done for the entire year? I have a general idea what I've done for the entire year. I don't do my taxes until after, my extension is up. So
yeah,
I'm 10 months away from doing taxes for this year. But our, we'll tell you what we did in January. We did it last year and the year before. We'll tell you what we did in January for the year on all platforms as far as gross. And then everybody can figure out, platform fees. And we've done this every week. So you can get a general idea for sure.
So let's look at your numbers, which are looking pretty dang good.
Yeah, this was a good week. So these are not Q4 numbers, but these are almost what Q4 numbers were last year or the year before. When you add my other platforms. So 41 orders on eBay, 23 on Etsy. Let's see, to break that down, I had 2 on Depop and 3 on Thrilling. So 18 on Etsy. It was a good Etsy week. 13 on Poshmark, only 2 on Mercari this week. Mercari was good last week, but I also didn't list on Mercari this week at all. I was been very busy. So 79 total orders out the door, just over $3,000 on eBay and gross, 1226.67 Etsy, Thrilling, and Depop. 402 on Poshmark, 89 with those 2 little sales on Mercari for a total of 47.45 and 13 cents. It's a good week. Again, I only have my lovely Crystal. I don't want to say only because she is fantastic, but Crystal does do approximately 50 clothing drafts a week for me. And that's it. That's the only help that I have right now. So, the rest of the stuff is me doing all of the listings, all the hard goods, getting everything cross-posted on every platform, finalizing every draft, cleaning and prepping every item. So as a one-person shop to do, $16,000-$17,000 a month in sales, I don't think I'm doing too badly. So 406 in shipping, 360 on eBay fees, Etsy fees, Poshmark fees, Mercari fees. So the total cost $963. My cost of goods are always relatively low. My cost of shipping is always higher than Katy's because I sell a lot of hard goods. So I have a lot of heavier, bigger items. But my cost of goods is always lower than Katy's because I'm a cheap ass. So I do not spend the kind of money that she spends to flip items. So my total net sales, $35.23. So if Naomi, if you wanted to do the thing, I don't have my calculator in front of me, but to do the week, it would be $35.23 divided by 47.45, and that would give you my my real percentage of ROI this week. Anyway, my gross average sale price, $60, which is right where I want it to be, and my net average sale price is just under $45. So it was a good week. I'm not going to complain. It was a good week.
Quit complaining about it, man. All right. But yeah, so the numbers are I mean, I'm curious to see what January is going to be like, because I also feel like we've had so much stuff going on and we're going to have even more stuff going on. So it's like we haven't been able to list as much this fourth quarter as we would normally like to. So that's the thing too, is it's like there's always stuff that's going to get in the way. So we're just grateful that our businesses have been built up to the point where, even if we can't get to the stuff that we want to, it's not the end of the world, and it just is what it is.
Stuff still sells. Of course, when you're listing consistently and you're listing good items and you're listing in several categories, your sales are going to be up higher. So, and which is absolutely evidenced by me slamming my store with hard goods in the past 3 or 4 weeks. I've been selling a lot of hard goods, even older pieces that have been sitting there, because the algorithm just picks up that there's more activity in those particular categories, and there's more sales in those categories. So
absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and start looking at sales highlights.
I sold a crap ton of Christmas, and I'm not even showing it all. I'm only going to show some good highlights here. One of the things I wanted to show is this big, huge Santa Claus that I had picked up. It's a Costco Santa. It's not even anything special. And he doesn't even work anymore. And I still sold it. I paid $10 for this probably last December or January. Maybe not even that long ago, actually, because he hasn't been sitting in my storage for that long. But he's huge. He's 23 inches, but he's permanently sitting, and he's heavy. I paid about $10 for him, took the chance. It didn't have a cord, took the chance that it was going to work when I got it home. I ordered a replacement cord. It still didn't work, and I sold it non-working because it is still a really nice piece just for decor. I probably would have kept it myself. It's really nice and it's very nice looking, but it sold for $78. I charged $22 shipping. I think it cost me closer to $30 to ship it. So, but it's a nice piece. So don't be afraid of pricing stuff up and be like, this isn't soup, this isn't old, it's not vintage, and it's from Costco, for crying out loud. It's still sold.
Yeah. Callie, what kind of Christmas stuff are you guys selling? I don't even know.
I don't know, but I was just watching a couple of Rowley Roots videos this morning, which I never do because I'm a bad YouTuber. But I was watching a couple because I was watching about the scam on the T-shirt and warning Katy to go and check because they sell the same type of items.
Yep. Luckily, I don't sell as many of the super high dollar items that are going to make people want to come after me, but
you do a few.
All right, I got this classic Mickey Mouse Disneyland T-shirt.
Oh, it's just like my Donald Duck one.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, just a cute little ringer tee classic Mickey Mouse T-shirt. I've had this for a little while, but not too crazy long. And I think I sent out offers to buyers for $100 and it sold for $100. I paid like $15 for it, but I always pick up these vintage classic Disney T-shirts, the tags all worn,
especially the ringers.
Yeah, but I'm always going to pick these up, and I price them high, so sometimes they take a little bit longer to sell. But so if I had priced this, let's say at 65, I probably would have sold it like a lot sooner. But I got 100 for it. It's a super cute T-shirt, and Disney's an easy seller. It's like you always know you're going to
good classic Disney. You're always going to sell. Quick question: Colleen sold an ornament for $180 today. I want to know what kind of ornament, Colleen.
Yeah,
was
man.
it a Christopher Radko? Was it a those kind of prices? I think Christopher Radko, and I think the Department 56 Radko ones, or the 12 Days of Christmas ones or something like that. I want to know what it is.
Yeah. Callie says that they were selling the Department 56 porcelain Christmas houses.
Ha! I knew it. I said Radko.
There you go.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I actually collect those Department 56 houses. I only have the classic Dickens Village, and I have dozens of them, and Katy hates me because that's her job to put them up every year.
I don't mind it too bad. It's at least it's something where I could. Now, if you told me I never had to do it again, I'd be happy. Yes, but at least it's something I can kind of sit, listen to podcasts, and put it together. It's more the part setting it up is okay. It's the part where I have to you have to get all the lights in, and I swear to God, every year half the lights don't work, and I have to replace them. So.
That's because I don't ever turn anything off. That's the thing. This is why all my lights always end up burning out, because I leave the lights on 24/7 from the time everything is set up. I love the lights at night. I love to wake up in the middle of the night and have the house lit in a soft, warm glow. Love it. I know it's not energy efficient, and I really don't give a crap.
Oh,
don't care. Don't care.
So Turtle Buggy says, I'm part-time and I have had over 20 sales this weekend. Yay!
That's awesome.
Thanks, Vikki and Katy, for great content. That's really cool. It's more sales than I've had this weekend.
Yeah, I've actually a pretty slow weekend, but I've had a fantastic week overall. But this weekend, I don't have a lot of orders to ship tomorrow. I have like less than 10 so far, which is from all the platforms.
So this is eBay. I literally have 2 things to ship from eBay right now.
I don't even know. If I didn't use List Perfectly and cross-post to other platforms, I would have had to get a real freaking job this year.
Luckily, so eBay, I have 2. Etsy, I have like 3 or 4. And Grailed, I have 3. And Thrilling, I have at least 1. So it's like
Thrilling shit the bed for me. I haven't done well on Thrilling since my first month, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's been slow and steady for me, so it's not bad. All right, well, tell us about this Santa Claus.
So this Santa Claus I picked up. I went to 2 estate sales over the last couple weeks. I'm pretty sure I showed this. Somebody said Santa was pole dancing.
He does look like he's pole dancing. Let's be honest here.
So I purchased this one at an estate sale, the 50% off the second day, because again, it was one of those that I thought they had priced too high at the estate sale the first week. Second week, everything was 50% off. So they priced him at $15. I paid $7.50. And I'm going to show you a couple of Christmas things that I've deliberately put my price as the highest priced and highest sold of any of these items. And I still sold them within a couple of days. This was listed for about 3 days. And it sold for the price you see there, $89.95. Plus, I charge $7.75 shipping, which we all know is just not enough to even send anything priority mail. But it'll probably cost me about $12. I'll send it UPS.
Very cool.
I love anything Mr. Christmas.
Next up is this one, the Sound Virus Records t-shirt.
What is that?
Now, this is a t-shirt I didn't know anything about. And this is where it's kind of like, sometimes you just kind of go with instincts. And I didn't know anything about it. It's a cool shirt. I like the graphic. It's just a 90s t-shirt from a record label. And it's like these kind of local hardcore punk bands. And so I just priced it high because I'm like, this is pretty cool. You know, there probably weren't a lot of these made. I don't know. And so
Is that
somebody,
like a battle of the bands kind of thing?
no, it was just a band. These bands were all on this one record label, so they just had a
Brutal
Night of
Juice.
the B bands. So they
Yeah.
all start with B's.
Brutal Juice Beef. It's Calis.
Beef
Yeah.
Masters, Bleach Bath, and Brutal Juice. So it's 3 different bands that start with B. Night of the B bands. Anyway, I priced it, and to be honest, I haven't had this shirt for that long. I've only had it for maybe a couple of months, and somebody offered $150. Honestly, like, this is one of those things where I'm gonna price it high because I'm not sure, and then eventually I would have just been like, all right, I'm gonna send out an offer for 100, now 85, blah, blah, blah. Somebody offered 150, and I was like, heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one of my really good sales this week for sure. Oh, hello, Suitcase.
So some people talk, and I've seen this said before, and I believe it's Karen, Lavender Clothesline, likes a lot of vintage suitcases as well, but she hates to ship them. So she has stopped buying them, or she had mentioned somewhere that she had stopped buying them because shipping is brutal. The only thing that's brutal about it is you have to find a box big enough. Yeah. But people will pay for the shipping. I would never do calculated shipping. Again, I don't do calculated shipping because large items, we're on one side of the country. Large items the cost for shipping looks flippin' astronomical to someone on the other side of the country. When the reality is I can send this ground, FedEx or UPS for much, much less than it's going to show calculated. So I purchased this. I honestly can't remember. I think I paid about $10 at a garage sale. Hartman is a brand that you always want to pick up to sell. You always want to pick up Hartman suitcases, Hartman briefcases, Hartman bags. Hartman is a very nice high-end brand. This is vintage. It's vintage tweed. It's paisley lined. It's wrapped in nice leather. This would have sold actually for a lot more if there was not damage. If you look at some of the photos, the leather handles were pretty damaged. And whoever had owned this before tried to do repairs, and they did them very, very badly. So had there been better repairs done, I could have gotten a lot more money for this. And it did sit for a while. It sat for about a year. But this also went to a prop department. I had 2 of them. I had the smaller one and the larger one. The small one sold pretty quickly. This one sold to a prop department in New York.
Cool.
And all we had to do was find a box that was big enough, which meant Katy did have to Frankenbox a box for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very easy to ship. I didn't pad it or anything. It just goes right in the box.
It's just about finding or building a box that is going to be the right dimensions.
This one, the combination was unlocked. So thankfully nobody had locked it.
Yep.
But I mean, I think I paid $10 for it, and somebody did pay. I do a flat rate shipping fee, and it cost me about $42 to ship, and I had it at, as 50. So
yeah. Do we want to, let's take a little bit of a break here. Do you want to talk about UPS shipping real quick, as well as insurance? Because I know that since prices have changed and Pirate Ship has added UPS, we have been going to UPS almost every day. Luckily, we have a UPS store that's literally 2 minutes away, so it's not that big of a deal to do that. But you especially, because of your larger items.
Yeah, so I always sell big crap, right? We joke about this, that Katy has to box up my big crap that I sell. However, what I'm going to say is I used to sell a lot and use FedEx. I have a FedEx business account, and I used to use FedEx because my pricing as with my business account was even better than eBay's discounted FedEx rate, which is ridiculous, to be honest with you, because I'm a very low volume FedEx shipper. There's no reason why I should have a better rate than eBay with their volume. There's no way whatsoever. However, anyway, I would ship FedEx because it was better than Priority. And for bigger and heavier items, especially being on one coast or close to a coast. Nevada's, zoned the same as California. Anyway, I used to use it all the time. As soon as Pirate Ship integrated UPS, I started using UPS. UPS pricing did not have the increases that FedEx did. Over the last 2 years, UPS pricing has stayed almost the same, first of all. Second of all, Pirate Ship is giving you the best commercial rate pricing for UPS. Better than eBay. And we talk about all the time, we talk about Pirate Ship. You guys know that. And we do not get anything. There's no affiliates. They don't even have affiliates. We just have been using Pirate Ship for 3 years for a lot of reasons, and I'll get into one of them in a second. So their UPS pricing is fantastic. If you have a UPS drop-off location near you, use UPS.
Yeah.
Their pricing is fantastic. And if you have an insurance claim, and I have had 2, but I send a lot of big shit and a lot of breakable shit. And I'm sorry, depends on what hub you're at, whether they're going to be drop kicking it out across the warehouse or not, right? So I've had 2 claims in the past 2 weeks. UPS claims are handled by Pirate Ship. You send them the information. They act as your go-between. This is not an additional charge. It's part of the customer service they offer. Both claims were paid within 7 business days, and one of them was over the Thanksgiving weekend. Both claims were paid very quickly. They were processed very quickly, and they were paid in full. So I can't.
Yeah. And UPS charges you up front.
Oh, that's the other thing too. UPS, when you purchase a UPS label, I've heard people complain about using FedEx and getting a charge. It's never happened to me through. No, I've always say it's never happened to me, so I don't understand it. But I've heard many people say that they get charged an extra price, or the cost is different than what they saw when they purchased a FedEx label through eBay. When you're purchasing a FedEx label, whether you're doing it through a business account, a personal account, or through eBay, they're giving you an estimate of the shipping charge. Sometimes you're going to have a rural address, or the fuel rates change daily. So you're going to get it. It's usually within a couple of dollars. But some people have had some real big kickbacks that have been like, oh, I was just charged an additional $50 or something on top of what I was quoted. So now my shipping was ridiculous, and I lost money. That is not going to happen when you're using Pirate Ship UPS, because you are charged up front for the label, and they do not come back and adjust the price.
Yeah.
So lots of different reasons why I suggest using UPS.
And
both of the claims were for broken items.
And I'm even using UPS occasionally because of how much USPS prices have gone up. So most of my stuff I send first class, but occasionally I'll have a bigger sweatshirt or a jacket that has to go in a padded flat rate envelope. And if I'm sending something to California and it would go in a padded flat rate envelope, a lot of times from Nevada to California, it's cheaper to send to UPS, and the time frame is the same. It's like 2 days.
Because UPS is so slow.
USPS.
Because USPS is so slow, UPS ground is not taking any longer than USPS. So a lot of people say, "Oh, ground and priority, you're downgrading the shipping." No, you're fucking not. It doesn't mean anything. You're sending it the same way. It is still going on a plane and being delivered. Ground does not mean it's not going on a plane. It's going on a plane at one point to get to where it's going. Yeah. Sometimes it will take a day or 2 extra from coast to coast, but right now USPS doesn't guarantee priority shipping in anything under 3 to 5 days to begin with, and they haven't for a year and a half. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's the same. So, UPS ground, FedEx ground, priority mail, same.
So bottom line, you should be, if you're shipping anything that's bigger, you should be using UPS and using it through Pirate Ship. And if you are shipping anything that's of a higher value that you want to make sure you insure and it actually gets covered, again, Pirate Ship, use their insurance. So that's our little.
And I also wanted to say there was one quick question there, and I'll go over that quickly. Rotten Fan asked, "Do you need to know where you're shipping larger boxes with Pirate if you know the weight, box, and dimensions?" You're going to need that when you're getting a label. Yes. I do not pass those savings. What I'm charging for shipping is what I think is appropriate for an item. I make up flat rate shipping rates for my customers based on items. It's an estimate. Sometimes I eat a little, sometimes I make a little, depends on where it's going. I don't recommend you do that unless you're very familiar with shipping and what costs are going to be for you. If you need to do calculated shipping, then you should do calculated shipping.
But let me tell you, this is one other thing I really appreciate about the Pirate Ship website. If you go on Pirate Ship and you on the left-hand side, there's a spot where you can click rates. And you can go in and you can estimate. So let's say you live on the East Coast, pick a California zip code, put in the dimensions of whatever it is. Now we're talking about stuff that's bigger where you're not sure what the cost is going to be. Pick the dimensions, put the weight, and then just see what the price is. And you'll be able to look what the price is going to be, USPS or UPS. And that'll give you an idea to make sure that you're charging the right amount for shipping.
Yeah. And Crystal, Rosie's Closet, is also correct. You can get free UPS labels and stickers. You can get labels for your label maker, 4x6 labels on a roll, if you use a UPS account. Some people will tell you to get that to get free labels and blah, 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 blah. Trust me, they're going to catch on to you. If you're not using UPS, Don't be abusing the system any more than you would with USPS to get the free crap, because that means someone's going to have to pay for it somewhere.
Don't be a joke.
Don't be a jerk. Hashtag don't be a dick, right? Don't do it. But you can.
Yep. All right, let's get back to the shoe. I knew you wanted to say something about the
thank you for reminding me.
All right, next up, Alabama, guys. Let's check out this sweet raglan t-shirt. This is Vicki's favorite type of shirt, not Alabama, the raglan part.
I mean, I like Alabama.
She's wearing one right as now. We speak. But this shirt, this is the band Alabama. I actually think this is one of the ones that I relisted using Sell Similar. So I had this for a little while. I think I've sent out offers for like $100. It actually sold for the full freaking price, guys. So somebody really loves their Alabama, and this is a sweet, sweet shirt. So I paid like $25-$30 for this, like sometime within this last year, and flipped it for $210.
Play me some mountain music. Cheryl put it up there. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I thought we were
like
we were in a jam.
And Grandpa used to play.
Anyway, Alabama.
Roll on down the river.
All right.
Cajun hideaway. Hey, hey. Anyway,
more Christmas.
I think I've probably showed this before. I'm going to tell you, if this mother frigger doesn't stay sold, I'm going to kill somebody. I have sold this 3 times. 2 times it has come back. And I almost came back this time. If this person opens up a claim for it to come back, I'm going to stab them. Anyway, I paid $10 for this once. It has sold for $75. It has sold for $85, and it just sold for $101. Every time people are like, oh, it's broken.
It says right there it needs to be glued.
Can you read the freaking description in 2 places where it's photographed, where it has said that it's sold? Every time it is sold on eBay. The last time this person just sent me a message, they just got it delivered the other day, sent me a message. It's broken. It broke. Can I get a refund? No, you may not. How about you read your description and look at the photos before you purchase something? She emailed back. She goes, oh, my bad. You're right. You did say it in a few places. You think?
Yeah, I think if it comes back,
I'm hoping it doesn't come back. If it comes back, I'm going to give it to the next friggin' Tinkerbell fan I know, because this is ridiculous. Because it's a great little ornament, but you need like the right clamps to reglue it. It really just needs to be reglued. The glue is old and dry and yellow, so the star fell out of her hands. I just don't have clamps. I should probably just reglue it myself, but Jesus, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Next up is I got a nerd shirt for you guys. This one I haven't even had very, very long. This is I went with Britt, our friend Britt. We went to this last Sunday thing they have every month here in Vegas.
I knew that was geek something. I had to read your description that it was Star Trek. I didn't understand what that meant.
We went. It's kind of like a flea market sort of thing for vintage that happens on Main Street down. Kind of the arts district of Vegas. And so we went, bought some stuff. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this. I think I probably paid like $20 for it. And there's some other ones that were priced, when I looked at comps, they were priced pretty low. And so as Vicki and I like to do, we like to go for high numbers and say, F the rest of them, who cares? And so I priced it high, and guess what, guys? It sold for full price because it hasn't had it. I do a new sale at the beginning of every month on Etsy. So anything I list throughout the month does not go on sale until the next month comes around, because Etsy, I don't have my new stuff roll into the sale. And so this sold for full price, $99.99. I paid like $20 tops for it, and sold it for $100. And it's literally been listed for maybe a few weeks. So I'm actually really surprised that it sold so fast. Because like I said, there's other ones out there, and pretty much all of them are listed for much cheaper than mine. So
I think, so Callie says profits, not projects. Yes, Callie, you are correct. I will be drop kicking Tinkerbell if that thing comes back. She's going to be, I'm going to do a video. I'll do a reel. I'll do my first reel. If that thing comes back, you're going to see my first reel of me drop kicking and smashing Tinkerbell.
Absolutely. Yep. Projects are only okay if they're built into your process. So in our case, if there's a hole, we know that we can have Crystal fix it. If it's stained and needs to be washed, washing my stuff is part of my process. But yeah, you never
Mother's deals. That's a good, painter's tape will work instead of clamps. You're probably right.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things that needed to be clamped for it to stay in one spot. And I don't have those, and I'm not going to go buy them. It's just, anyway.
Ugh. I mean, yeah.
Like, is it that hard for you to do it your damn self?
Yes. All right, go ahead.
I think I showed this in a haul.
Yeah, it was just a couple weeks ago.
I bought it 2 weeks ago. I paid $20 at an estate sale because I knew what it was. If you sell a lot of Fitz and Floyd, if that's especially from the 90s, you know what 90s Fitz and Floyd looks like. I went through a period where I sold I sold for a person that had an 8,000 square foot house that collected Christmas items for 30 years. I sold an entire 10-foot box truck of Christopher Radko Christmas ornaments and Fitz and Floyd. And I had learned everything there is to know about Christmas stuff and which ones are desirable and which ones are not, which is why I knew what Colleen was talking about earlier. So this, again, I priced this high. This was one of the highest priced ones available. There were ones that were new in box that were priced for less. I knew that I was going to get the price for it. So it went on sale, which I knew it would, which is why I priced things a little high. But I don't accept best offers. And it sold for $119.96. It sold within a week. There were probably 4 or 5 that were priced lower. And I charged a full $50 to ship it. So because let me tell you, it is a pain to package and ship. And
I will say, though, we found that I helped a little bit with this. Vikki did most of it, but it looks a lot worse than it actually is, because like I thought the horns were ceramic, but they're actually like,
they're not. They're resin.
They're resin.
So, and they're removable.
Yeah, they're removable. And because we were lucky enough that I've had a box stashed away that was just the right size, so we were able to box these up separately. And then Vikki did pool noodles on all the sticky outy parts. So like the ears had pool noodles,
the bow, the nose, each leg. Yeah.
And then we wrapped it all up in
saran
wrap. And so it was a process for sure.
And then little bubble, and then big bubble, and then a very, very heavy duty box.
Yeah. But she's definitely had way worse things to ship. Let me tell you, this one just seemed like it was going to be worse than it was.
And then you've got to make sure, obviously, the box was a super heavy duty box. So it's one that would pass like the 50-pound crush test, that kind of thing, which is what we did. Or you should double box. This is the type of thing I would say double box. You cannot you also have to fill the cavity, the hole, or the cookie jar or trinket, whatever it is. You've got to fill that with something so that's not hollow, which I filled it with bubble, and made sure everything was really secure and no space to move or shuffle in the box whatsoever. So, I've sold a lot of Fitz and Floyd, also a lot of very heavy, large Fitz and Floyd items, and it is super, super fragile.
Well, luckily our friends,
I don't know if it's made it yet. We'll see.
Luckily, our friends at eBliss, Dave and Lori, they had sent their swag bag stuff in these boxes, and one of the boxes I saved and was one of those double walled boxes.
I've already used the other one.
So they were those really thick,
good boxes,
and I had it stashed away, so we were able to use that. Red says sticky outie is a technical term for
absolutely
resellers.
All the sticky outie.
Lady Luck Junk Danica 777 super chat drop kick tick.
Oh, the TikTok. She wants me to do a reel. I don't do. It'll be an Instagram reel because I don't do the TikTok. But if Tink comes back, she will be drop kicked on a reel.
There you go. Yeah, I think you should drive over. I think you should back. Well, you probably.
I don't want to puncture
you're not
a
good
tire.
At backing over stuff. So maybe if you think it would puncture the tire?
It might.
You never know. We could put like a piece of cardboard over the top of her, and then you just crunch her. What do you think?
All right.
I don't know. All right. Thank you, Danica.
Thanks, Danica. We miss you.
Thank you for becoming the producer of Vikki's upcoming reel. Now that we have the funding in place, we'll make sure it happens if it comes back. Okay. Next up, I've got this awesome t-shirt. Now, I don't know if any of you guys think this looks familiar, but I had a sweatshirt version of this.
I did.
And
it looked familiar.
I sold that, I don't know, some months ago. And that one sold for, I think at least $100, maybe more like $150. I can't remember exactly, but this was like this really interesting piece of history. It was a t-shirt. The original was a t-shirt like this, and then they made sweatshirts too, but it was from the Iran hostage crisis. And this guy made these t-shirts and actually sent them to the hostages. And there's like this famous picture of like the hostages all hanging out wearing these shirts. And so it's just an odd little piece of history. And so then I got this after I had sold the sweatshirt. I got this maybe a few months ago. And so I also priced it pretty high, and it sold even faster than the sweatshirt did, which was pretty cool. So let's see what it actually sold for. Now this was in my 10% off sale. So it didn't sell for that price. It actually sold for $179.99. So $179.99. It went to New York City. Actually went to upstate
New York
New York,
City.
not New York City. But yeah, I paid like $20 for it and sold it for $180. Just a really cool piece of history. I think I love stuff like this that's really interesting and has a story behind it. But I'm happy that it's made its way to a new home. All right. Next up for you.
I paid $1 for this at the same estate sale that I was buying all the Christmas stuff from. This is not quite a felt advent calendar. This is not one of the advent calendars from Avon with the little bear that many people know about as a bolo. I still have yet to find one of those. But this actually, I had a feeling that it would sell. I don't ever put the word rare in a title, but in this case, it was justified. There were only like a couple of these that I had seen even listed.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the little characters were a little bit,
they're so cute.
They're cute. They're plastic, but the little decals were starting to peel off on a couple of them. So I felt justified in putting it at $149. The highest price I ever saw one sell for, which I used WorthPoint to look up, had sold for like $179, and it was new in the box. So, and that was a few years ago. This was pretty hard to find. This looks like this was a super, I don't know what Larry Warren is, the company, but it reminded me of something like a Finger Hut catalog item. Like somebody paid something really cheap for this. Oh my God, Crystal had this when she was little. So it was early 80s. I paid $1 for it. It sold for $150 within 2 days.
Crazy.
Yeah, see, I never put the word rare. This is like one of the only times I've ever done that because it really was. Lillian Vernon. It might have been Lillian Vernon, but it's Larry Warren, not Lillian Vernon. But it could have been a Lillian Vernon or Finger Hut. That really could have been it. My mother was a big Lillian Vernon buyer. She was a big catalog person. Spiegel, Lillian Vernon, Cherry and Webb.
Interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought it was really cute, and I just took a chance that it would sell well, especially right now.
Yeah.
See, Crystal said it probably was a catalog. My mom bought all the catalog things. That's just what it made me think of. So I was excited. Yeah. So if you find these vintage, it came with the little box and everything. The box was in crap condition, but everything else was there.
That's cool.
I thought it was really cute.
We're Santa's helpers, and we will help you. We'll kill holidays till Christmas.
I always thought it was cute.
That's pretty cute. All right. Next up, just going back to my roots. I love my Wisconsin Badgers stuff. Always sells really well. This one I haven't had for long at all. I listed it maybe a couple of weeks ago, and somebody wanted to buy it as a present for their sister, and so I sold it for $93. I actually got a number of lowball offers prior to that, so $93. I paid like $20 for it, so 20 to 93 again. Do not pass up. Cool. College sweatshirts and T-shirts or pro sports stuff. There are always buyers for these, so that's a quick one. There you go.
So this one I've had for a little bit. I honestly can't remember where I got it. I don't remember, but I do know this might have been from the outside estate sale that I bought a whole bunch of mohair stuff from. Actually, it could have been. If that's where I got it from, I paid $5 because I paid $5 for all of those sweaters. This actually had a piece of paint on it. It had a little bit of paint under the arm on the surface that I probably could have razor shaved off, but I was kind of afraid of putting a hole in.
Yeah.
In the fabric. And this is like that nubby, fuzzy, thick Pendleton type of, it wasn't, it had a lot of pilling on it, but it was natural pilling, if that makes sense. It was like, I don't know how to describe it. Anyway, it was like this big fuzzy grandpa sweater. I always use grandpa sweater with those big fuzzy cardigan sweaters. It seems to be a good keyword. I've had it listed for quite a while, not quite a while, like 3-4 months. And I've had it at every price point because it's been on sale. So it's had a lot of attention on all platforms. Honestly, I've had a lot of questions. I don't do offers, but I've had a lot of watchers, so I send offers out on it. I've sent offers as low as $75 on this, and it actually sold for full price this week. It had relisted and not gone into a sale, so it sold for $150.
$150. Nice work. Nice work. All right, next up, another college sweatshirt. I've never even heard of this college. South Dakota Mines Hard Rockers. Their mascot, they're the Hard Rockers. It's like a miner dude, which I think is pretty funny to call them Hard Rockers. But I just really like the graphic on this one. I think it's pretty cool. And somebody made an offer for $90. I had it priced at $100, so I was pretty happy with that. But I love it. I actually really like it when it's like a school I haven't heard of before, or it's like one of the less common ones, because I feel like it's more interesting to find a vintage piece like that, because there probably aren't a lot of them out there. But just really cool sweatshirt. There you go. More Christmas.
If you remember, I just showed this last week. I had it listed for about 12 hours. They had this priced for $30 at the estate sale the first week, and I thought that was too pricey because I didn't know that it was new in the box, which it was. I thought it was just used in the box, but all of the items inside, except 2 of them, were still attached with the safety ties to the base. So it had never been removed from the box. The box was just a little crunched on the plastic top. So it is Santa's marching band, pretty common. They sell in price points anywhere. People sell them for anywhere from $30 or $40 up to close to $200. And if you find them new in the box, you can get close to $200 for them. So I priced it high, also charged for shipping, and thought that it would sit for a little bit and that the higher priced ones or the lower priced ones would sell first, and then it would still sell. I got this 50% off day. I paid $15 for it. It sold overnight for $229.95.
Nice.
Plus shipping. If you look up Santa's marching band, that is the highest priced sale in the last 60 or 90 days for them. So I have no idea why mine sold for as high as it did, but you don't get it if you don't ask.
Why are you selling Crystal's childhood?
Apparently I am selling Crystal's childhood on the
holy crap, we had that too under the tree, and it drove me nuts, banging on the bells. That's pretty funny.
So again, do not price shit too cheaply. People love to undercut themselves and undercut other sellers to sell something quickly. You do not need to be the lowest price to sell it fast.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next up, I only had one sale on Mercari this week, but it was a good one. This UNLV Running Rebels sweater. This is actually the second one I've sold. I picked up a couple of them here in town, and I paid like $15 for this and sold it for $126. Mercari's been kind of quiet for the last week. I think I sold this at the beginning of the week. The money just got released today. So maybe my Mercari run is over for now. I don't know. But I was pretty happy to sell this. I've probably sent out 1 million offers to buyers on eBay and would have sold it for a lot less. So 126, man. $15 into 126. I'll take it. All right, next up for you.
This is just a brand that I pick up all the time, and I'm not sure if I've talked about it before, but this is a good 90s brand for women's jackets, Marvin Richards. And this is 90s into early 2000s. It was sold at like Macy's, JCPenney. They do a lot of faux fur and faux fur trim on the jackets, leather and faux fur, leather and real fur. It's just part of what they're known for. It's one of those innocuous brands that they sell very, very well. So I want to say you should keep an eye out for that brand and pick it up when you find it. This is not a jacket that looks anything special to most people, but I get good prices for this brand all the time. So if you want to see what it sold for, I think I paid $5 for this at the outdoor estate sale as well, maybe $7. So again, I got those things in October. So again, I've just been listed for a couple of months. Sold for $129.95. I did charge for shipping, so I think I charged $8.95 for shipping. It probably cost me closer to $12 or $13 because it is bulky and heavy, and of course, it went to New York. But I shipped it UPS.
Fancy. All right, anything else on that one?
No, that's it. It was just a brand I wanted to keep an eye out for.
So I'm going to show you my last 2 things I have are actually things that sold on Thrilling. But again, there isn't really a way to show thrilling listings once they've sold. That's very easy to show you guys. But this is just a really cool skeleton. It's Bone Man is like the I've sold like a couple of Bone Man t-shirts. The other one I had was like a BMX one. This is Bone Man Bowling. And so it's just got a really cool skull graphic with the flaming ball knocking down the pins. And so I've had this price $139.99 on eBay, but my thrilling all comes from my Etsy listings. And on Etsy, I had it listed at $149.99. And this sold on Thrilling right at the tail end of their Black Friday sale that was going on that we could opt into as sellers. And so it was 30% off. So it actually sold for $105. And I'll show you that in a little bit here once I show my last one. But this sold for $105, which I think I've sent out some offers for like 85 on eBay. So selling it for 105 on Thrilling is great because, again, they do provide the labels and they just take a straight 10% fee from it. So I was pretty happy about that. All right, next up for you.
This is just to say that I always pick up these tapestry blankets if they have anything of an interesting design on them, and I always sell them. Sometimes they're going to sit for a while. This one has been, I've probably had it for, I don't even know, a year. You can see Crystal's nice floors where she took the pictures of them, because that's how I take pictures of my blankets as well, on the floor. Mm-hmm. She has nice hardwood floors. I do as well. Well, hers look nicer than mine. Anyway, so I paid maybe $1 for this. It was in a big bulk purchase of a lot of stuff that I purchased at the end of last year. I don't know how long it's been listed, maybe a year, maybe just since the spring. So I paid $1 for it. And it sold for $69.95, plus I charged $10 shipping. Yes. So those blankets, you can find them everywhere at garage sales. And I still love selling them depending on what kind of, topic or is on them. I love them.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, last one for me. Again, this is another Thrilling sale. Now, I don't know if Vikki, if you remember, I'm pretty sure I got this at an estate sale.
Yes, I loved it because I wanted it. That is so me. That is something I would sell, not something you sell.
I've sold plenty of rockabilly stuff, woman. But I got this and one other sweater, and the other one I already sold like a long time ago. This one took a little bit longer, but it's such a cool sweater. It's so cool. I love the design on it. It's just an awesome pattern. So this is another one I sold on Thrilling. And again, I had it listed on my Etsy store for $149.99. So that was the price they had on Thrilling. And then it was 30% off. So I sold it for $105. I got into the estate sale. I don't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I can't imagine it was more than $10. It's just, I was really excited to sell this, but I'll show you, this is basically all you can see about, from like Thrilling. They just have this page. So yeah, I sold them for $105 each. You can see the skeleton flaming bull and the V-neck wool sweater. But you can also see this was like this whole last week on Thrilling.
Yeah, you've had a good week.
Not bad.
I've sold 2 things for $40 each.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, my Thrilling, like I said, Thrilling shit the bed for me.
So one last thing before we get into our haul. Do you want to say something really quick about what you're using for your Poshmark?
Yeah, so I've had a couple. This has come up a couple of times in the group, and there's a couple of reasons why I don't post it in the group. First of all, I think everybody that is successful on Poshmark uses a bot, right? We all know that that's true. We were using them before they were legal, and now they're legal. They don't exactly encourage you to use it, but there is nowhere in the terms and conditions that say that you cannot use an automated sharing service. So therefore, that means that it is no longer not a legal thing to do. So I've had a lot of people ask me what I'm using and what I use. So I had to a link below. It's a program called One Shop. I've used a couple of them, and this is the one that I like the best. I do have a link below. It is an affiliate link. I do get a little bit if you use the program and you like it. But what I wanted to say is that it is a 7-day free trial that you don't even have to put your credit card information in. So I suggest you don't. I suggest you, if you're not using it, you should try it out. Now, they do have a couple of other things that they offer. I do think it's I don't have any affiliation with them. Like, I don't even know the owners or anything like that, but they do have a few other things that they do. I don't think that they do them well yet. I think it's pretty janky. But as far as using it as a sharing app to make that part hands off, it does the sharing for you. You can pick what you want it to do. So sharing, following back, liking other people's things or whatever. And then you can also have it send out offers to likers automatically for you if you'd like. And you can even have it delist and relist your oldest things in your closet if you like. Now, if you're using a program like List Perfectly, I don't suggest doing that if you're keeping your items in the List Perfectly catalog, because then your numbers are going to be wrong and it's not going to be connected to your catalog. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I've been using it. I love it. I've been using it now for, I've been using one in general for probably close to a year, but I've been using this particular one for 7 or 8 months now. So if you're interested, there is a link below. Again, it's not something I advertise in our group, but I do use it, and it has made a huge difference for me because I hate Poshmark. We've talked about this a lot. I hate Posh. It's a needy bitch. I have no interest in doing anything for that platform other than using List Perfectly to get my crap on the platform. And the bot actually does everything else for me. You can pick and choose what items you want it to do. If you have questions about it, go ahead and shoot me a message. Naomi, and I'm happy to answer it for you. But yeah.
So as Vikki said, she is using it, and I just wanted to be clear. We say this from time to time. We don't promote a lot of services or third-party apps much on our show. The only ones that we talk about are ones that we actively use ourselves by choice, and not because they're paying us or not. Occasionally we do have ones where we do their affiliate links, like List Perfectly.
Like I've gotten exactly 2 affiliate links from this Posh thing. So I want to say that's not my main reason for sharing it. I've shared it with 2 close friends that have signed up, and I've gotten 2 affiliate links from that. So we don't advertise or talk about things that we do not personally use. I know that a lot of influencers, Instagrammers, and YouTubers will talk about anything that anybody hits them up for, and that's okay. You do you. I'm not going to shirk anybody's hustle. Go ahead. But
if we use something and they happen to have an affiliate link, then we're happy to be able to make a little bit of money by pushing it.
Because God knows we don't make any money on YouTube.
But that is never why we push it, which is why you'll hear us talk on and on and on about pirate ship, because we do, believe me, I wish they had an affiliate link, but they don't. And so we will never support something or push something just because they have an affiliate link. It has to be something that we use and would use anyway for our own businesses.
Exactly. I've been using it for 7 months without anything else. And they don't know me. I don't know them. I've got no discount. So, so let's see. George asks, I know people use bots. So I did just say what I use it for. I use it to share. I use it to share my closet. It shares, I think, up to 6,000 times a day. Per person, per closet. I use it to follow people and follow people back. And I use it to send offers to likers, but you don't have to do that. A lot of people, Liz is one of them that does her sharing entirely differently. Liz O'Kane, she sends out offers like when she does her closet clear out or a couple months. I've never done a closet clear out. I don't send out my offers weekly. And I know that might be a better method, but I really like to be hands off, but you can choose what items you want it to do. It's not super cheap, but I think it's $40 a month for the program that I use. And I think there's a couple of different levels. And mine is not the most expensive one that I use, but for $40 a month, $10 a week, that's well worth it for me. I had mentioned in a thread in our group that, last year I did about $10,000 on Posh. That was my first year on Posh. And I was still I started the end of January and was building up my closet. And then I wanted to do 20,000 on Posh this year. I've done about 25,000 on Posh, and nice. Posh, and I'm a vintage clothing seller. So that's the other thing too. I sell higher priced and I sell vintage. People are not searching by brand name for me to sell my stuff. If you're selling everyday luxury items or higher end or brand name items, you're going to do better on Posh than somebody like me. My stuff is a little harder to find. So I'm pretty happy to spend that, $40 a month and not even look at the platform really.
Yeah, very much. Okay. So
I don't know what Poshurva is. I don't use it. So I'm only going to talk about something that I use on my channel, obviously.
Entirely possible.
There are several Posh.
Yeah. Who knows?
There are several Posh sharing companies. I've used a couple of them. The first one I used was Closet Assistant. That worked pretty well, but it didn't do everything I wanted it to do. This does everything I wanted to do. No, this one has changed name.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to say for me, between List Perfectly, those are two services I pay for: List Perfectly and the Posh sharing thing. Katy has a Sizely account. I do not use Sizely, but I have in the past. I just don't currently use them, which I think is another program that's fantastic. I do pay for the pro subscription with for Photo Room. That's another one. Especially now that it's integrated with List Perfectly. I'm trying to think of what else.
Well, we were already using it before.
We were already using it before that, and we also, and same with Sizely, obviously. And I also use
WorthPoint,
and we also use WorthPoint. Someone asked if WorthPoint is worth it. Katy uses WorthPoint almost every day. Depends on what you sell.
It depends. They have different levels.
I use it a little bit less frequently, but I'm also one of those people that I don't comp a lot of things. I just kind of price things from knowledge. So it really depends on what you sell
and what you and so it just depends on what you like to use and stuff. All right, so that's it for that part of it. So you want to get into haul?
Yeah.
You got some hard goods to share?
I got some hard goods. I'm not going to share a ton because I knew we were going to be chatting it up a little bit this session. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things that I picked up over this last week. Some things from bins, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Mikey is one of my people that I recommended to use it. He uses the same one I use. And thanks for popping in live there, Mikey.
Hey, Mikey sacks of money. I mean, Mikey bags of money.
Okay, so I picked this up. People talk about certain types of cassettes and things that sell. Can you take the sharing off? You can't see what I'm showing. Thank you. I got this at the bins. I think I paid 25 cents for it. It's just a vintage Johnny Cash long box set of cassettes.
Cassettes?
Yeah, cassettes. And it has a little booklet in it. And it's in good shape. I really liked it. So this actually sells for like $50. So I think I paid 25 cents for it. I didn't scan it or anything. I don't do any of that. When I'm at the bins, I just pretty much throw everything in. Ask Corey. I just throw everything in there and just take it home.
It's like supermarket sweep only at the bins.
Pretty much.
She races around, just scoops it in.
Let's see. Another thing that I picked up. This is at a garage sale. Now this was damaged. This was sitting on a counter and I don't know if she was even trying to sell it, but I paid $5 for it because it was damaged. But this is the classic dogs playing poker scene. This is by Danbury Mint. This is the Dachshunds playing poker. Now we got our own little.
Yeah, we have our own little half dachshund, so we notice wiener dogs more.
So the Dachshunds playing poker. There are none available online right now. Dachshund seems to be one of the ones that's harder to find. So it's just battery operated underneath. It says it on the bottom. So the poker playing Dachshunds. Now, what is damaged is that right here, there's supposed to be, it still lights up if you put the thing in, but there's supposed to be a light. It's like a green light, like those green
poker playing
green poker light on the top. But that's it. That's the only part that's damaged.
Show the back.
Oh, and it has a little thing on the back too. It's really cute.
Yeah.
But these things go for a lot of money. So, I mean, even with the damage, I think I can at least get 100 to 150 for it. If it wasn't damaged, I would probably get 300 for it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So let's see some other hard goods purchases from the estate sale. One of the estate sales. We went to 2 yesterday, and I only wanted to show these. They're not huge money makers, but maybe $50 an item. And I paid 10 for them. Everything's falling down. I paid $10 a piece for them. Part of why I paid $10 a piece for them was the nostalgia. So my daughter is going to be 29 in March, and she was a huge Lion King fan when it came out when she was little. And to the point where every weekend we would go to the Disney store and buy her a toy. And these are
weekend.
Yeah, these are actually, she was spoiled. These are actually 2 of the toys that I had purchased for her when she was little, and she loved them. So these are original 90s Lion King toys that are still in the box.
She gonna let you sell those?
I sent her a picture of this one today, and she said, that one was my favorite. So her favorite was Timon. She actually had, Timon was the little meerkat right there. So she had a stuffed animal Timon and this particular exact little plastic Timon that she carried around with her everywhere for about 2.5 years. But anyway, I paid a couple bucks. Let's see. I think I paid $8 for this, and I paid 10 for the other one, and or eight or 9 for the other one. I don't know, but they sell for about 50 a piece. I think they're really cute.
Yeah, real cute.
I'm not sure if that was missing the battery cover or not. It looks like it stays open, but I could be I could be wrong. And either way, it's not going to make a difference. The battery cover is not going to, it doesn't need the cover for the batteries to stay in. And that's on the bottom. So let's see. What else did I pick up? Oh, I picked this up. A 3-piece set. I didn't bring up the big one because I haven't cleaned it yet and it's really dirty. But these I cleaned yesterday. I bought them yesterday, scrubbed them down yesterday. So vintage thermos coolers from the 90s. Look at these colors. The teal, the purple, the pink. So this is like the mini cooler and then the top flips over. These are pretty dirty. They were outside. So cute. And then it's got the big, huge cooler, which comes with it. And it has the drink thing. This one was actually pristine inside. I don't think it's ever been used. So I bought all 3 of these for, I think I paid 10 for one and 5 for the other. So maybe $15. And I'm going to sell it as a set. Again, the big cooler, it's a big, huge box. However, it's not difficult if you can find a box that big to ship. It's not like you need to pad it. It's a big, thick plastic thing. So you stick it in there. So the coolers are like these great bright colors. I've seen like maybe 1 or 2 listed for the 200 and change range for all 3. None of them are sold yet, but a couple of them have calculated shipping. So the shipping is looking like it's $140 to ship. It's not going to cost that much to ship. So I haven't seen any solds for the whole set, but I think that those are the type of thing that would sell on Etsy for me. And I'm not afraid to wait, till next summer to sell it. So I might even use it in the meantime. Who knows?
Yeah, man.
This is also from an estate sale, vintage, made in the USA, probably 90s because it's that fabulous hunter green color. Fabulous. Made in the USA, but this is a new in package, vintage waffle weave blanket. I talk about these waffle weave blankets all the time. I'll probably sell this. This is a queen size. So I'll probably sell this for about $100, maybe a little more. I paid $5 for it. It's not even any particular brand. It doesn't really matter. I don't know what that brand is.
Who cares? No big deal.
Doesn't matter. Most of the time, they don't even have a brand on them. I bought a bunch of vintage PC video games only because the lady threw them in for they were less than $1 a piece. She was asking $5, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying $5. So I was passing on them, and then I bought a lot of other stuff, and she's like, you want the rest of this stuff for like $10 more? I said, okay, I'll get that stuff too. So most of them are only in the $10 or $15 range, but every once in a while, the vintage PC games, especially if they're in the long boxes, the big boxes, have a lot of value to them. And collectors love them, especially if they're in the big boxes. This is not collector quality because it's missing the graphic and everything. But this particular game sells for about $50. And I paid less than $1 for it. So Resident Evil 2, it's a 2 CD.
Computer?
2 CD. Yeah, they're all PC games. 2 CD game. This one particularly sells for $50. The rest of them were cheap, but I just wanted to say, if you see this one, and if it's in the box, it sells for a lot more money. But if it's even in this condition, it's going to sell for about $50.
That's cool. I used to play Resident Evil, but
every game that I picked up was like RPG games like that. I hate all types of games.
Well, this should be like first person.
Whatever that means. I don't know the freaking difference. I don't care. I can look it up. That's all.
Okay.
Let's see. What else? This was a bins purchase. I thought this was pretty cool. So this was a kit that somebody got when they went to that Super Bowl, which was it says it right here, 2014. So they got this Super Bowl kit. This is your padded seat cushion. And then inside, it has all these things. I wish that their used tickets were in this because it has almost all the stuff that comes with it. So I paid maybe $2 because this is not even £1. So you get your vintage watch in the box.
Vintage?
Not vintage, sorry. You get your new in box watch. A couple like gator masks because I guess it was cold. It was Super Bowl and it was in New York, New Jersey. So it was cold. Not because we had to wear masks for COVID back then.
2014.
I think these are drink covers or drink holders. There's like 2 or 3 of these in here. What else in here? Earmuffs. So like maybe $2. There's one listed on eBay right now for like $2,000, but it has the canceled tickets in it, which I think is stupid. I don't think anyone's going to pay that for it. But I mean, I think I might still get like, I don't know. I'll probably price it around 100. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I just think it's a pretty cool, little combo that someone was given, and then they just threw it and gave it to Goodwill. They're like, I went to the Super Bowl. F that. I don't need anything from it.
You never know.
Let's see. What else did I pick up?
What else did you pick up?
I picked up a few pairs of shoes at the bins just because they were in such great condition. I always sell, like these are Cole Haan, women's Cole Haan, with the flexible sole. They're like in perfect condition. I don't even know if they were ever worn. And they're super light. So what I paid maybe 75 cents, they'll sell for like $40 or so. Same thing with these, in amazing condition. This brand AGL, which is Attilio Giusti or Giustile, something like that. These are made in Italy. AGL, like Angel. These are expensive shoes. So I have sold very similar shoes to these. These sell for about $75 to $100 used. These are used, but they're like super, like very good condition used. And they're in a larger size. I want to say it's got to be like a size 9 or a 10. 42 and a half, whatever that is. I think that's a 10 in American women's sizes. And this is another pair. These must have all come from the same person's closet because these are pretty big sizes for a woman's foot. But these are vintage Ferragamo shoes, which are not always worth selling, but these are a classic like loafer. They're black suede, and they have the, like the leather, like faux crocodile type thing, and a little block heel. So these are kind of classic, and these I'll probably sell these for at least $75. They're a bigger size as well, maybe a 10 or 11. I can't quite tell. I think they're an 11, which is a big size for a woman's shoe. Let's see. Oh, this was one of my big buys yesterday. I paid up a little bit for this. So we went to an estate sale where everything yesterday afternoon, it was the second day, everything was 50% off. This particular estate sale company starts everything off at such ridiculously high prices. If you go day one, you're not going to find a lot that you can purchase. But every once in a while, there's some stuff that is reasonably priced. This I would not have paid the full price for. We were kind of there. We got there a little bit before 10, and there was a lot of stuff to look at. So it was close to 11:30 or so, and we were still looking around, and I was pretty much just making a big pile. And I was dragging my feet that I was just going to get everything for 50% off at noon. That was when I was going to check out. And as I was getting pricing, because they write up a little ticket for you as you're going and you have stuff on the whole table, she was like, I really can't just let you take all this at noon for 50% off because you've been here for a while. And I was like, all right.
She was on to her, man.
I wasn't the only one that was trying that, but it didn't, it wasn't working with this lady. Anyway, she's like, but I'll give you like 40% off, which is what she did. And I thought that was fair. And I didn't have to wait another half an hour. So one thing I picked up is this thing. They had it priced, I paid $60 for it. They had it priced at $100. It's dead stock, new in the box. 1980s. You can see the $100 price tag from Sears, Disney Town Square. It was Sears exclusive. Some people have these priced a little too low online.
It's actually pretty cool.
It's very cute, but I think that I can get, I think I can get at least 200 for it, maybe more. Mm-hmm. I'm going to price it high and wait out the like 2 or 3 other new in box that still exist. And I think I'll get good money for it. Cause that's the type of thing nostalgia sells, especially this time of the year. That's what we sell. We sell memories, but, somebody that wanted that in the 80s that did not get that for Christmas is going to be buying that for their sibling that they knew wanted it, or for themselves or whatever.
I feel like that's something that Deb and Mel would buy if it was Disneyland as opposed to Disney World.
Yeah,
because it's like a whole little park thing. It's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. If I had been into Disney as a kid, I would have loved it. And then let's see. I'm going to show just 2 more things. If you noticed my fancy snazzy jacket in our photo from yesterday, our Christmas photo.
If you want to have a little piece
if
of
you'd
that
like
magic,
to have your own,
a little piece of that history.
I paid $4 for this snazzy little sequined bomber jacket yesterday at an estate sale. Put it on my body, not washed, mind you.
Ooh.
You know how I feel about that, guys. But yeah, I paid $4 for this. I'll probably list it for like $75. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
The more ridiculous, the more I like it. This was the estate sale that I bought the Disney thing at. I did pay up for a couple of things they had in their closet. This is one of them. There were two. One has the tags, one does not. It is not vintage. She was calling it vintage. It might be early 2000s, but definitely not vintage because it's not made in the USA. But I paid about $15 to $20 per jacket. I got two of them. So men's Woolrich blanket lined denim jacket. I like it. With the leather, nice nubuck leather collar accent. And this is new with tags. It was purchased at Steinmart, which is one of the stores we have here. It's a chain, but it's pretty regional. For like it was $75. So I'll probably price this at $100 because there's not a lot of them available.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a nice jacket, and that's all I brought to show you.
All right. I don't have a ton of stuff, but I have a couple of things that I wanted to show last week, and I completely forgot about them. So I actually, when I was going through and reorganizing my office, I was finding a few things. I'm like, oh, I should sell that. I actually filled up a whole box of stuff to give to her, like hard goods and stuff. Stuff that just random things like I don't need this, I don't need this. She can go ahead and sell it. Stuff that might sell for $20, $30, because I know that she is more willing to sell that stuff.
Oh, there might be Steinmarts on the East Coast. There were never any in the New England area, that's for sure, because I've never seen one in my life, and I've only been here 8 years.
Yeah. So like for my movies, for instance, I had a bunch of movies that I just wasn't going to keep anymore, some DVDs and stuff. And then I've been buying 4K movies. And so I had the number of titles that I have duplicate copies of because I have the old Blu-ray, and then I've upgraded to 4K. So I just decided I'm just going to do, it's all horror movies. So I'm just going to do a horror movie DVD Blu-ray lot and put it in auction. And so I actually have that. It's like 17 titles. And so I put that in auction. It's up to like $24.50, and there's still like 4 or 5 days left.
What did you start the auction at?
$9.99.
Oh.
I knew it was going to get, we always say like it's better to do like buy it now prices on most stuff. Movie lots, that's one of those things that's good to do bidding because it's just something. It's like I don't want to do individual pricing. None of them are titles that are going to sell for a ton on their own,
right? And
people do like to collect and you're more likely to get people bidding on it because they're always looking for that stuff. But
we have a Steinmart 2 miles away from us that's it's still open here, just because I've been there recently. Well, within the last year anyway.
But I made a huge mistake, and I started an auction that's going to end while we're in Rhode Island. So it's going to get shipped late.
You're going to get a ding.
It's going to get shipped late, guys. But even more exciting, one of the things I found, I got this like 8 years ago from somebody on Reddit, a Reddit stranger friend, sort of, not even really a stranger friend, just a Reddit person. So I put this up for auction. I'm super curious about what this will sell for. So I don't know any of you out there who are into comic books at all. So one of my favorite comics is this one called Fables comic series. This is through Vertigo under DC Comics. And Fables, it's just like a really fun, it's all the characters from like the old, like fairy tales and like Snow White and like all these, but it's kind of like a twist on them. So they all,
what is that?
Let me tell my story. I only have a few things. Okay. So just let me tell my story. It's all within the universe of all these characters, the wolf, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, Little Red Riding Hood. Anyway, this is a one sheet that was an exclusive at the C2E2 convention. It was only available there.
What the hell is a C2E2?
It's C2. It's like Chicago something, electronic something. It's like, so there's 2 C's and 2 E's. So they just call it C2E2.
Yep. See, Kim, there was an eye roll. Comic shit.
She's a jerk. And she can't humor me while I sit here and tell her how neat her stuff looks. She yells at me for talking about mine. Anyway, So it's basically like a one sheet, one story. It's not available in any of the books. It was only given out exclusively at the 2008 C2E2 thing. And so so I put it up for auction starting at $39.99. It only has like 3 watchers, but it already has 1 bid. So it's at least going to sell for $40. I got it for free. So I'm kind of excited. Something that, like, a big Fables fan is going to want to frame. And
it's Jenna in the chat. Jenna's never in the chat live either.
Hi,
hey,
Jenna.
Girl. Jenna was our friend, not was our friend, is our friend. She's still alive. She's right there. Is our friend that lived here in Vegas. And I met and through Instagram because she was watching the show here. And then she just moved to military spouse, just moved to California. So we're just going to have to hang out when we get out there where she is.
Eventually.
Where she's got some really sweet sourcing, by the way. She's doing well out there.
I'm sure. She did really good with the bins too. Okay, so the other thing, because you always tell people when they're interested in starting to sell, you say shop your own house, right? Like,
sell what you have,
source your own house. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I found this that I got forever ago. I think I got it in an estate sale, and then I found it in my stuff, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm never going to display this. It's kind of a weird thing to be able to display, but it's a really cool piece of history. And so again, I don't know how many people out there know the movie Fade to Black. It's a really amazing horror movie. That from 1980. This was actually a contest for theaters to win money, and so they could win $1,000 by basically putting on the best theater promotion of the movie Fade to Black. And so, like, in the movie Fade to Black, it has this Marilyn Monroe impersonator. And so, like, you could hold your own Marilyn Monroe lookalike contest, have your theater personnel dress as their favorite Hollywood film star. So it's just a really cool little promotional thing. It's sort of a poster, but not. And so I had this up for auction. This one I realized my timing was way off, and I ended it. I think I'll start it again today. But the other one already had bids on it. So I'm like, ooh. So both the Fables and the movies.
All you got to do is package it up, and I bet Johnny can.
How's he going to print it out when we have the computer?
Oh.
How's he going to print a label?
He's not. All right.
Exactly.
You're right.
If Dana was coming, I would have her be able to figure it out. But
we do sound like an old married couple. We do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just the more gracious one. This one has no patience for me.
I'm the bitch, apparently.
She has no patience for me.
Not apparently. I know I'm the bitch. I'm owning it. That's fine.
Well, but what I always say is that on the surface, she's the bitchy one. I'm the nice one. But once you get to know us, you find out that Vikki is the always forgiving one that is forgiving far too many times to some people. But she's much more forgiving, whereas I'm much more likely to say, "You're dead to me," or I won't even say that. I just will never talk to you again. That's basically how it works.
That's true. Yeah, Cheryl, we can't email him the label. He has no way to print it out here.
Yeah.
He's staying here house sitting and dog sitting for us.
Yeah. So, I took Vikki to estate sales yesterday. There was practically nothing for me, but she did find me a cool vintage t-shirt. It's pretty worn and faded, but I like it. It's like this cool New Mexico kind of Native American art on it. I always like stuff like this. It needs to be washed. But single stitch
as it's
t-shirt.
in my face.
Well, it wasn't touching your face. Anyway, so I appreciate that, dear.
Listen, Cheryl, I don't pay him enough to work for me that he's going to have to take the scan code to the post office.
No, I'll just
take
that. I'll just take the hit on it. It's fine. It's not that important. And what's going to happen is when it ends, I'm going to let the people know, hey, I'm really sorry. I timed this wrong and I had to unexpectedly go out of town. It's going to be late a couple of days shipping, and maybe I'll just upgrade the shipping. So it's not a big deal.
Yeah, we're only gone for a couple of days. It's not that big of a deal.
It's like it should ship on Friday, but it's going to ship on Monday instead. And then the other t-shirt I got from the sale is this USC Trojans 90s t-shirt. Again, nothing exciting, guys, but sometimes it's like I got thrown a little tiny bone with a little morsel of meat on it.
You're welcome.
Thanks. And then for my yesterday's fits haul that I had gotten last, I got a series of 80s Garfield t-shirts that I think are really cute. Now, you'll see this on certain t-shirts like Garfield, any Peanuts, like Snoopy stuff, they have like the copyright date on it is not the date of the t-shirt.
Correct.
So like you'll see that
it's like Barbie's butt. You're going to look at the imprint on Barbie's butt to get a date of a doll, and people think they're selling a doll from 1960s, but really that was the year the doll was released and copywritten. That's not the year the doll was made.
Yeah, so for instance, you'll get a Snoopy t-shirt and it'll say 1958 on it, and it's like it's not freaking from the 50s. It's just that's the copyright of the art of the.
Kathy, that's a very good question. Teresa, if you're still in the chat, can you answer that? If you list on .com, I think you should be able to use List Perfectly. It's not available on. It's not available for Canada.
Yeah,
and,
I would think the answer would be yes.
.ca, but I bet you can.
Yeah, because I don't think it matters.
My link is down below if you'd like to use my code for 30% off. I'm sure you would. I know you would, Kathy. But that's a good question for Teresa. I think you can.
Yep. Anyway, so all these t-shirts have, say, 1978 on them. And when I wanted to look at comps for Garfield t-shirts in general. I wasn't expecting to find the exact shirts. And I noticed a lot of people had theirs listed as 70s t-shirt, 1978. And it's like, no, they're not. But by the tag and the construction of the shirt, the sun tag, this is an 80s tag. So these are 80s t-shirts. This one's really cute. It says before, apparently Garfield's eating a burger or sandwich through a straw. I don't know. I think it works that way. And then the after of Chubby Garfield. It's cute. Really cute t-shirt.
So Liz, it's only going to work for sellers in the US, but it's usually because the sellers outside of the US are not listing on .com. Okay, they might not let them. Okay.
What if they use a VPN? Next up, I have this really cute Garfield playing hoops, playing basketball. I price these all at $100 because Garfield stuff sells really well, and these are all in great condition and just really cute shirts. This one is Panic Button, LOL.
I like the panic button.
You like that one?
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, I think you'll like this one too. When I want your opinion, I'll give it to you.
I like that one too.
Wah, wah.
Early on, Kathy, there were some Canadians that were using List Perfectly for a couple of the platforms that I was aware of. Some of our watchers would talk about it, but I don't think those people are in our group, so I don't remember. Who was that guy that was the posh guy that did?
Mm-hmm.
That watched us for a while, and he started his own channel. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
Josh or something like that. He was in Canada, and he was specifically a Posh seller, and he was using it because he was also listing on the American Posh site because Posh was not in Canada yet.
Yeah.
So he was using it then. So I'm not sure. Yeah, like Liz is saying.
And so Liz saying, they don't encourage the use of VPNs. They can't guarantee it will work. I think most people that are trying to find workarounds by using something like a VPN are probably pretty well versed to the idea that, hey, it might not work for them. And it's not going to be the fault of the company that they're using the VPN to try to get around obstacles. So I just say, if you're somebody who's adventurous and you have a full understanding that I don't think it would guarantee a VPN is going to work for you.
I'm going to say I don't think it would hurt for you to try it for a month and see if you're able to get a workaround to work for you.
I mean, it might be worth it. I'm just saying.
And if it doesn't work,
unofficially, I used Spotify for years with a VPN because Spotify was not supported in the US because I love me some Spotify. Okay.
I think it would be worth trying it to see if it works for you. I mean, that may not work for all the platforms. It might work for what you're trying to do with one or two platforms. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think, depending on how it does work out for you, and if you're using a VPN, as long as you know that it's not the company,
Sometimes you're out of the country and you just want to watch some freaking Netflix in your hotel room, and you got to get yourself a VPN. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, would you have worn this back in the day? No. Back in the early 90s probably.
No, it's not my style.
Desert Inn, genuine. Anyway, it's just a streetwear kind of sweatshirt, mall sweatshirt kind of thing. I like it. Anyway, I don't really have anything that exciting left. Actually, this one thing I like. Oh, I know. I had one that I had a question about, but this is from a middle school. It's like an 80s. Like an 80s middle school sweatshirt, but look at how awesome it is. So it's green spun junior high school student council sweatshirt Look at the graphic on it, though, guys. This is dope. Whoever designed their middle school
It's cute.
student council sweatshirt, they used an awesome graphic. I love it. I love the cool dolphins with their cool shades on. I mean, come on. It's pretty dope.
Mary says, I watch skating on BBC and Canadian Broadcasting via VPN. You do what you got to do.
Yeah. You do what you got to do. Okay. The last one. So this is occasionally when Vikki goes, she does like throws me little bones here and there. She went to the bins and got this shirt. It's definitely vintage. It's on a 90s Hanes 50/50 tag. It's so soft.
It's really soft.
It's seriously so soft. 99% positive that this is probably just a shirt somebody made with like their friend or family member on it, but we could be totally wrong and it's actually somebody else. So I'm just listing it as an art tee. But I'm going to show it to you guys.
Crowdsourced it. I grabbed it because I thought it was like a singer that,
Yeah, I think
it looked almost Selena. I know it's not Selena, but it looked almost Selena. Obviously, she's African American, but
so again,
from Jamaica or something.
Looking at this,
could be just a person. Could be somebody like, this was my girlfriend, and I wanted a picture of my girlfriend on their shirt. I don't know, but
yeah, I'm just putting it up as an art tee because I'm like, whatever. How is this different from any of those Supreme T-shirts that just have random shit,
random person on it
printed on the front of it and like whatever. So, but it's such a soft shirt too. It's like really
she's pretty. Nice. She looks like she's on the beach.
She looks like she's having a good time,
she's
guys.
Got a camera in her
She's taking some pictures. She's chilling. She's got her bikini on.
She's got her hair's blowing in the wind. I don't know who this person is, but if she looks like a famous person or an artist or an actress or something that somebody recognizes, go give us some some of the scoop in the chat.
Otherwise, it's just going up as an art tee, photography, stuff like that in the keywords and whatnot. That's it.
That's all you got?
That's it, man. That's all I got. So,
man, look at these forehead wrinkles. I hate when I look at these pictures. This is why I'm going to Botox. Botox is happening.
What do we do about this?
I don't think we can do anything about that. Elongate your neck. Stick your neck forward.
I still do this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey guys,
turtle all the time. Oh, do we want Ripley? You want to go get Ripley? They want to Ripley.
Well, I'm not wearing any pants, so you have to go get Ripley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you were about to see more of Katy than you really want to.
They're boxer briefs with spiders on them. They're my Halloween boxer briefs. I still need to go to. She didn't even notice I had no pants on. I need to go to Old Navy and see what they've got going on for holiday undies, because right now I'm still wearing my Halloween undies, but whatever. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday, so I will wear these year round. But I do need to stock up. Listen, if you like boxer briefs, I love boxer briefs. Yes, I wear dudes' clothes and stuff like that, but I think they're very comfortable because even in just regular underwear, like women's underwear, I feel like sometimes it wants to ride up your butt crack. Okay, guys, it's not comfortable. I think boxer briefs are nice. They make your butt feel like it's being hugged, and who wouldn't want that? They're really comfortable. But what I like about Old Navy is that they are cotton, and so a lot of times when you find boxer briefs that have graphics on, that have like cool patterns, like fun patterns, they're like that really weird, gross feeling that doesn't breathe kind of material. Old Navy, they're cotton, and they have awesome fun prints. So, hi, puppy.
It's sleepy time in the afternoon.
Oh, she's sleeping.
And now she sees you. She's very excited.
Hi. What are you doing? Oh yeah, she's sleeping. She's sleepy. She says, I'm trying to nap.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let's see. You got it. The people want to see you though, Ripley.
They want to see your little face.
Yeah, they want to see your little face. She's sleepy right now. She's definitely getting bigger. And she's very sweet, very cute. Yeah. She's a good girl. Look at her. She's real tired right now though. She's like, what's happening? She's like, Mom, I just want to go to sleep. So just let me go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a good. But she also likes to crawl like a cat.
She's a parrot.
She wants to get up on your shoulders.
She's about 4 pounds now. I think she started at 2.5 when we got her.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's about 4 pounds. She's getting longer.
She is.
She can almost get on the couch. We got our new living room furniture in this week, and it's a lot lower than the set that we used to have.
Which is actually a good thing.
It's good because it means she won't get hurt jumping on and off, because the chances of us being able to stop that from happening are slim to none.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's getting there.
Where you going? I don't know what you're doing, little pepperoni. But yeah, she's real cute.
She's very sweet, and I'm having anxiety about leaving her this week because this is way earlier than I had any intention of leaving her alone. So I'm a little upset by it, but we're going to stay with my best friend for a couple of days. That's not why we're going, but that's who I stay with when we go home. And he has a pitty named Ruckus who would think she's a chew toy. So Ruckus is also still a puppy, and I can't bring her with us, or I would. We do have doggy steps, Mary. She can't jump on the furniture yet, so we did buy the steps, and we're working on using the steps. She can use them to get up, but she likes to jump off. That's the hard part.
Thing is, she is a very active, squirrely, bouncy, jumpy puppy. And both of our other dogs, Grizz and Luna, jump on and off the furniture all the time. And so while we did get some steps for her to try out, we kind of are realizing there's no world where she's not going to be just launching herself on and off the couch, especially now that it's a little bit lower. And so I think it's going to be okay. She already figured out that when her bed is on the floor next to the couch last night, all of a sudden she was on the couch. And I'm like, what just happened? And I realized that it gave her like this much more height, and so she was able to
bounce from the corner, the edge of her bed onto the couch. Yeah. She's like a toddler. You know how they like little boys and little girls like to jump off furniture like they're Superman. That's it. See, Thrifting Kristen sounds just like my 4-year-old child. Yeah, see, that's exactly it. Just like a kid. It's how my kid lost her 2 front teeth. Jumped off the back of the couch and lost them at like 4 instead of at like 6 because she slammed her teeth onto the tile floor in the kitchen. That's what they do.
But she can already go up the steps, and she goes. I've let her come up our regular stairs a couple times. She's actually pretty quick with it, so she's real cute. But man, she's like super tired right now. Was she fully asleep when you went down there?
She was out cold. I picked her up out of a dead sleep.
Yeah, so she's real cuddly right now. She's not being crazy.
All right, kids. I think we're done. I think this is the end of the show, and we will be back next Sunday because we are only going to be gone from Wednesday through Saturday. Yeah. Just a few days, and so we'll be here Sunday. I don't know what we're going to have for a haul video, but we'll be here at least to go over our numbers and things.
Yeah. Look at that sweet baby.
I know. She's a good girl.
Yeah. Here, you take her back.
Come here, sweetheart.
She's so cute. She's a cute little pepperoni. All right, guys, we will see you later. So enjoy the rest of your weekend.